Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to Self-Care Sunday. Another episode. It's another day. It is a date. I'm not gonna say it anymore. That was last time I did the shit. I tried to say that, like, the fucking episode name. And then we put it out, and then it wasn't the episode. So that felt awkward to me, but it's okay. We're here with some very, very, very talented people that I've known. I've known one of you for a while, and I've just met, but heard of you for a long time. And y'all were supposed to be on this podcast a long time ago, so that's my bad. I've just been a scatterbrained idiot. But it's okay. It's okay. We good. Thank you, and I always let y'all introduce yourself, so please. Say what up to the people.
I'm Vedvnt. Vedvnt Black. I'm an R&B artist. I'm a singer. And you know what? Like I love music. I love music.
That's what it's all about.
Yeah.
What's good? I'm Vedvnt. I make music, R&B music. I was going under a different stage name for like a little while.
Yeah.
But I decided to do like a rebrand.
Nice.
I want to drop newer music and just better music. So
that's what's up.
Yeah.
I love it.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. I love it, man. So what's up, man? How was the week been?
Week's been fire, man. Like I've been really productive. Been focusing on like creating new stuff in the studio.
Mm.
Like focusing on kind of arching out to like different sounds.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like I've been thinking about like house music and whatnot, and I've been working with this really sick producer in Vancouver, Arya Beats.
Okay.
He has this like love for house music.
Right.
He only makes R&B music, but he has this like love for house music. So I was like, you know what, like let me hear some of the stuff you're putting out, and it sounds fire. So I've been working on something like that.
That's
Yeah.
cool. So it's like a
really
R&B
good.
house fusion?
Yeah.
You can pioneer that right there.
Yeah.
I've never heard of that. That sounds dope.
I like that.
Like it's like, have you heard singing on a Joe beat?
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
I haven't heard it, but you
That's
know
what I'm saying.
Yeah, right? That's sick.
Not and like I hear edits and I hear remixes and shit just because I'm a DJ of like other songs getting mashed up on them, and like it doesn't happen too often. And when I hear it like singing on drill beats, I'm like, oh, this
Really
shit
fire.
goes. It is fire.
I
So
love it.
is that what you're on right now?
But I mean, like writing it, I don't know how a mix would turn out. Like a remix would turn out of like an already mixed song like that.
Mm.
That'd be sick.
No, man. I think
That'd
it would
be
be
sick.
sick. I think you need
Gotta
to get
try it
on
at
that,
least
man.
once,
Yeah,
right?
right.
100%.
You never know.
Yeah.
100%.
It's kind of like have you heard of Madhouse? Or like some like
Mm-mm.
it's like alternative music. Like
Mhm.
I really like that, like I really like that sound. It's sick.
Oh, okay. I gotta look into that, man.
Yeah.
For sure, man. SoundCloud? Or
Yeah, SoundCloud for
Yeah,
sure. You'll find
okay.
sick
Okay.
stuff on SoundCloud.
I don't know. me and him, that's what we were doing. That's why all this shit took forever. But like, we were looking through like a dump of all like the SoundCloud edits that we found.
Yeah.
So,
SoundCloud stuff is different.
It
man.
is different, man.
It's so
Yeah,
good.
man.
So beautiful.
How was your week, brother?
My week's been good. It's been weird.
Yeah. Okay.
I'm hopefully I'm really just trying to like focus. I got a song coming out pretty soon. So
Yeah, plug that, man.
yeah, man. September 29th it's dropping.
Uh-huh.
Stay tuned on my Instagram or whatever.
Okay.
Yeah,
It's fire.
I'm really
Yeah.
just trying to
It's
like
crazy.
figure out what I want to do next
Mm.
and like what happens after that.
Yeah.
And like just ways to kind of promo and market it. So that's what I've been kind of working on. Yeah.
No, man. I like that, man. I like it. It's literally like, it's weird. The branding and the promo and all that shit, it's like a game.
It is,
almost.
man.
You gotta learn how to like play it right and like make people pay attention in the right way. 'Cause
Without making it like too corny.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Too corny or too
Yeah.
annoying or too overbearing, and like
Yeah.
that's the one thing about like for me promoting like my parties or promoting my nights and stuff like that, and like
Yeah.
I make music too, but it's been a while since I really delved like into promoting that aspect of it. But like even then, it's hard, but it can be easy. You know, I say always just be yourself, show yourself,
Yeah.
and fucking or whatever the image that you're trying to like really just feed into that.
I feel like that's super important too, though.
No, man.
Like being yourself. Like
Oh,
I feel like a lot of people, like when they
Yeah.
first get into it,
Mm.
it's like hard for you to be yourself because you don't know what people are gonna react to and like
Yeah.
you know how people are gonna react. So
You also have like your influences that you kind of like try to latch onto and like portray
Exactly.
what they kind of like the auras that they have and
Yeah.
all that kind of shit. So it's definitely like an interesting first few years of
Right.
like making music and shit like that.
Yeah.
I
So,
feel like the secret is you just gotta like be as much of yourself as possible.
that's the best thing, man. Give me that.
I think the other thing too is like, I don't know, at least for like music, like when you promote it, like, I feel like, you know, you can pick up. What do you have to do? I mean, this early in the stages, like you gotta take some photos, put some
Right,
text on,
yeah.
let people know, right? And like you can do a lot of that shit yourself too, because like once you kind of know what you want, people are gonna kind of gravitate towards
Exactly.
And then
that
people
too.
just want to help you
Yeah.
promote it and get your shit.
100%.
Exactly, yeah.
And
I feel like just authenticity. Like people gotta feel like you are actually about it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like,
100%. Yeah, and like that's one thing too. Is like, you know, you guys are good friends. You know, you can always help.
and yeah,
each other,
like that's
right?
what I always
Like,
say is like it's important to have like your homeboys along with you. Like you need the help. You know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
you might think you don't need the help, but you need the help.
I always tried to do everything myself back in the day, like produce, mix, master, write, record, you know, like get the video done
Yeah.
myself, do all the shit myself. Like it just can't do
It's
it.
really good. It's really good to get that help when you have those right people. Though.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like
It's
you
about
can't
finding the right people.
you can't just grab anybody
Yeah,
and be
man.
like, oh, he's saucy. Like that's not how it works.
Nah, it has
It's
to
like
be,
you have to have the sauce, and bro, and if you have the sauce, and then you get it.
you have to connect.
You have to connect, and you have to have that sauce.
Yeah,
like
man.
you can't develop a sauce
Later
in,
on.
in someone or
Exactly.
in someone. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? Like all of you gotta be like, just interconnected in that sense. You know what I mean?
I agree 100%.
Sometimes you know what, it might not work out as intended, but like there's always like a reason for it, or you know what I mean. I feel like
Trust me,
the
man.
universe has a way, man, for real.
This guy, and a bunch of other my DJ homies and my boys, like we all met for a reason, and like,
Yeah.
and like the thing is, when back in the day I was trying to do that shit all by myself, I knew at the time I'm like I need a team. I'm like
It's
I
not
need
fun.
help. I'm like and it's not fun. I was in Vancouver recently by myself, and I was just like this shit sucks. I was like, if my boys were here, like this would be so much better. It would be so much
100%,
more fun.
yeah.
But like,
100%.
I'm here like by myself. Even though I would go and see people and like whatever and stop and like, these are the people that I want to like celebrate and
Yeah.
relax.
Yeah.
With,
Yeah.
you know what I'm saying? Like,
You want to be with the close
I
people.
want I want to be with him. I want to be with him. I
Exactly.
want to be with like you know what I'm saying.
That's what
Talk,
it is,
and,
yeah.
Of course.
like just chill.
Yeah.
But doing it by yourself, like that really showed me, and it gave me like I was a little off the shrooms, walking around, you know what I'm saying, smoking joints and thinking about life,
Vibing.
vibing, just taking everything. And I was like, it was like what? I think it was like 2-3 a.m. and I was like at the docks,
Yeah.
like in Yaletown, and it's like
That was nice and crazy.
beautiful fucking dock. Like the yachts are all just like parked up, and then the bridge is like illuminated. And I'm just looking at everything. I see like Granville's all like lit up. You know what I'm saying? I'm just like, man, I'm here alone, man. Like I can't believe I'm here
Yeah.
alone. Like
Yeah.
everybody else.
Self-realization.
Yeah, it was like everybody else
Yeah.
needs to see this. I'm like, that's why I want to do this shit to the fullest, so that it's absolutely nothing for all of everybody to be here.
100%.
Like, and it's our purpose for everybody to like.
You gotta put in. you gotta
Yeah,
put in
always be
everything.
together and always be moving. You don't need to
Yeah,
be working
yeah.
your job, and you don't need to be working your job. We all just fucking. This is our job. Is making this shit work.
But then like it's also like I feel like it's hard for people to also find that. You know what I mean? Like you don't always find people that are just down like that for your vision.
Oh,
you know what I mean? So it's like
100%.
right. So
I don't even know how I convinced him to like jump on this journey for this shit. I don't know.
You saw the vision, just like
I guess, but like at the same time, it's like I'm very grateful for it.
Just
Right,
visualize, you know, anybody else's success. You know, it's not that difficult. Like, I couldn't really take Jaylin's place. I couldn't really rap. That's like not something I would enjoy doing for like a long period of time. But I do enjoy doing other aspects of it that are like creative. Whether it's like, you know, I was doing like
Even
the
that's
cover
all
arts
cover
and all
art.
that shit like that, like visualizing like.
Yeah. He's a
That's
designer.
what
He's
it's
the
not.
designer.
Yeah,
He's the
and
visual.
visualize
Being able
like
to
where
make
that
it
shit
come
is.
He's a
So-
creative director for sure.
But yeah, like all that shit is like it's not easy. You know, you kind of have to know. You kind of do know your place, but you kind of, you know, you want to do other things, but you're like, in reality, you see somebody actually do that, you're like, oh shit, I can actually do that.
I feel like a really good person to look at when at least when I think about it like that.
Yeah.
I look at Tyler the Creator.
Yeah.
I've been a huge fan of Tyler the Creator, man.
For
like
years.
like for
Since the
years.
beginning when he was
when people were like when he was eating roach.
bastard. Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Fucking,
I was like
goblin shit,
this
yeah.
guy's different.
Yeah.
You know, years later, like, and he said it, man. He's like, I do all these different things. You know what I mean? And I do it because I love doing it.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter if it's like if it doesn't sound like you.
Yeah.
Or
Sounds
if it,
like
or
me.
it might not be, or it might not, you know what I mean? Like, if you listen to Yonkers, like, no one was putting stuff out like that.
No, not at that time.
You know what I
Not
mean?
at that time.
Fuck
Like,
sure.
and now it's like, you listen to it and it's like, wow.
Yeah,
Yeah.
especially
Ahead
now.
of its time.
It was amazing. Like
Yeah,
his whole era of like, and watching his transition too, of becoming like a young Pharrell and like that musical like essence of just taking everything that
It's
he
so
had,
saucy, yeah.
everything that he like grew up on, he just like implemented into his
Yeah.
music.
So it's
and
like
made it.
so when I look at Tyler the Creator, I see Tyler the Creator.
Mhm.
You know what I mean? Like, and I see everything that he's done.
Right.
I don't look at Tyler the Creator and I'm like, you know what, Tyler the Creator, he sounds like this.
Right.
Although that's a beautiful way to like look at someone, like,
Yeah.
especially an artist, right?
Yeah,
But
yeah.
it's like you look at Tyler the Creator as a person and what he's done
Yeah.
and what he's capable of doing and what he's done with what the talents that he has. You know what I mean?
Going from from Yonkers to winning like Grammys. Didn't he win the Grammy?
Yeah.
Yeah,
And, like,
yeah.
like being on soundtracks for like he was the Grinch soundtrack.
Yeah.
Crazy.
Yeah.
Like, you know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? Like going from
Mhm.
that to that and like nobody saying nothing to you and figuring out like your flow and completely evolving.
People
Watching
don't get
people
it, though.
evolve.
People
People
don't
don't get
get
it.
Yeah.
And
Like
that's the thing,
I've-
like the whole like Odd Future Wolfgang, KTA, Kill 'Em All, whatever, the whole group in the collective, right? They're all not together anymore. They branched off, but all of them being together was the reason that we know about everybody. Tyler and
Yeah.
like the internet is a thing. Frank Ocean was from that. Like all these things are just like
Vince Staples.
Vince Staples.
Pretty sure was in
Well,
that
he was like affiliated,
Yeah.
and like a lot of that shit, it shows you like you need a team at the beginning, because that builds the foundation of everything. But then
100%.
like your individual
Mhm.
talents are what take you to those higher states and those
Higher
higher
levels.
steps.
Yeah.
You can bring everybody else with you too, but like
Where you have that longevity
yeah,
behind
that
you.
longevity
Yeah.
behind
And I
you.
think the other thing too is like you look at that and like that's like a crazy collective of like people, but you like there's nobody else like that.
You know,
Like I
that was like
think
the Wu-Tang of our generation.
Yeah,
Yeah.
so well, like, yeah,
But,
even
like,
that,
they
or
weren't
like
in that,
Brockhampton
they-
was more like that too, right? Like
I don't
Brockhampton
know.
has
I was
like
not a big Brock.
ASAP Mob.
ASAP
Mob,
Yeah.
yeah.
ASAP
I
Mob.
mean, and like Mob, like
Yeah.
how many of those guys are actually? Yeah, I wouldn't even. Yeah,
I don't know about Mob now.
Mob's kinda
Back in the
indie.
Like,
day,
they
back in the
different.
day,
They might not be like
It's the
popping.
same. It's the same
But
shit.
like,
about-
but like, if an ASAP 12E, like track comes on, I'm not turning it off.
Yeah, I feel you.
Mhm.
I'm
That's
listening
that's
to
you know that that's
I'm
something
listening
really
to
That's
important
like
to think
ASAP
about.
on it. I'm always gonna give
Yeah,
it a
I'm always-
listen.
If the track
you know?
if the track comes on, I'm not turning it off.
That's very true. I'm at least
Yeah.
listening for sure, and I'm checking it out. So,
Cozy.
and back in the
Have
day,
you heard
they
that
had
song?
a different thing, like
Cozy, yeah.
Cozy.
Cozy.
Cozy
Yeah,
is.
Cozy.
Oh yeah,
Crazy.
yeah.
Yeah.
Man, that's such a lost arc and like era of music. Not lost, but like it's been.
It's
so
just that was
long.
that time period was so brief.
Parallel universe.
Yeah.
Hello Universe.
I'm a big conspiracy theorist.
Oh, you feel like we jumped
I'm
timelines?
so serious about that.
Oh, I me too. All
I'm
the
a
time.
big conspiracy
I
theorist.
believe
Me
it.
too.
I
We
mean,
all.
and like a lot of it comes from Joe Rogan.
Oh,
Yeah, Joe
that's
Rogan's
100%.
crazy.
I binge
bro.
watched
I don't know. It was before Joe Rogan, and then it was
It
before
was
Joe
before
Rogan,
Joe
and then I found Joe Rogan,
Yeah.
and then it started to like
He, like,
align
accelerated
with
it.
my
Yeah, Joe
beliefs.
Rogan confirmed it.
Yeah, started confirming my beliefs,
Yeah.
and I was like, man, I don't know. And then we'll always say he'll come to me, and we'll just like chill, and he'll be looking at me, and be like, we jump timelines, and I'm like, I know.
Some days you just wake up and shit feels different.
Yeah.
Things are so crazy, man. The things I've been like finding out, like how the pyramids in Egypt, they
Yeah.
line up with the constellations.
Yeah, man.
Perfectly
Yeah, man.
aligned.
Just had to read the stars. That was a
Crazy.
map.
It's like the
And like
length.
all the pyramids in the world too, like all the other like
What?
yeah.
How does that make sense, man?
How?
Like the length and the width of the biggest pyramid in Egypt is like the world's landmass. Like it's something like crazy like that.
Yeah.
Like,
you
what?
know about the pyramids, right?
Yeah.
You dude,
Crazy.
what do you
Crazy,
share
man.
some knowledge, man?
I don't know knowledge
He's
like
got
that.
the shirt, man.
These are like
No,
real
yeah,
people that apparently built it. You know what I mean? And like I was watching that video and it was like there's smaller
Yeah.
pyramids in front of the bigger ones and people
Right.
say that those are the attempts made by the Egyptians.
Oh, and
Oh,
then
that
the
is
bigger
not
ones,
recreate.
the bigger ones.
Yeah,
are
so
like,
the bigger ones.
yeah.
So the bigger ones were already there.
That's
Like,
what I'm saying,
what?
though. I also
Mhm.
agree with that statement because you can't How the fuck?
How do you build
How,
that?
man?
You can't build that
Can't.
without like machines.
can't.
Even with machines.
Even with
you-
machines,
yeah.
man.
Even
It's crazy.
to this day, the technology that and the,
Yeah.
the manpower that it would take, the amount of like energy, and like there's no way.
I feel like
precision
humans.
that it
I
is
feel like
too.
humans had way more energy though back in the day, for sure.
No, but you still
There was
can't
advanced
build
civilization way
the,
back in the day. bro.
Yeah, like cavemen, they were
So-
crazy.
Oh, I don't
Yeah.
know. I don't know.
Probably.
Well, what do you mean, like human energy?
Yeah,
no,
like-
I mean like resources, energy, like burning
oh,
coal and
okay,
shit. Like
okay,
you're gonna have to
word.
use a lot of machinery
Yeah.
and a lot of like
100%.
time and power just to like fucking and factories to forge all that shit, right? So like, there's no way cutting stone.
No way.
Yeah.
But that's the same shit of like how the fuck. I don't know if you've ever been to Paris and been to the Louvre, but
I
like,
was just in, I went to Paris.
Yeah, did
this
you go to
year
Louvre?
with the really big like palace kind of or
No,
those
the
pyramids,
yeah,
the
so
glass
the museum,
ones. Yeah,
right?
okay.
So when you go in there and you walk around, like you get to go to this a portion of it where it's all like the marble like what is it, statues and shit from like the Greek times, man. You looking like in a mirror of like a human being, like the amount of detail in person. I couldn't believe it. That's where I was just like, there's no fucking way.
It's unbelievable.
There's
man.
no way these niggas
Like
ain't fucking have
literally, the
alien
epitome,
shit
the
going on.
epitome
They're
of
like,
something
yeah.
unbelievable would be like these insane structures and like artifacts, man. Like, come on.
And there's like a
Like,
bunch of them. Like it's not even just like one or two.
Bro,
like,
Stonehenge.
Stonehenge.
Yeah,
I was about to
yeah,
say
yeah, what's wrong
Stonehenge,
with that?
yeah.
You tell me.
I was
That
about to
doesn't make
say-
sense.
The heads. What are those heads?
Yeah.
Oh yeah,
Easter Island.
Easter
Easter
Island.
Island.
Easter
There's
Island.
There's bodies under
There's
the
the
head.
bodies are under the head. There's bodies.
That's just
Under
weird.
the
Yeah.
Stonehenge thing?
Yeah,
No,
under
no,
the,
yeah.
under the
Easter-
Island
you know
heads.
Easter Island?
You ever see those
Say
faces?
word.
Yo, bring it
What
up.
bodies?
No, like
No,
okay, so
like
there's like
that,
heads.
that is, you
and
can
then-
only see the heads, but they built bodies for those heads, so it's like a full
It's just
figure.
Yeah.
buried, yeah.
Isn't it all the way in
Oh,
China?
what?
Yeah, the toes come out of
Yeah.
China.
That's crazy, hey?
That
How
is-
it's how the have the bodies underground?
Yeah.
That's what I don't understand. Why? Why?
Like it makes sense why. It makes sense why,
No,
but
why they got
it
the
doesn't
bodies?
make sense.
Oh, they
how
did unearth the bodies. Shit.
They're huge.
I never seen the bodies. Turn that around. You're gonna have to pop up a picture on the motherfucking. Yo, full screen this bitch. You can't see this.
shit.
What? Why would they dig it out, man? Come on. That's
Yeah.
nuts, eh?
Yeah.
You
Because
only got
everybody
one
thought it
chance.
was just the heads, but it's full
come on,
body.
Yeah.
See these amazing images.
That's a big ass.
And like the heads are like the size of a person.
Look how big that. The person not even to the head on the fucking body. The shoulders. The shoulders.
I just think
Yeah.
people are like way different than what we thought. Like I think like before even cavemen, like humans were huge.
Yeah, because
But that's the thing. Like when we were cavemen, people were 8 feet. Like people were not as tall as we are right
There's a lot of
now.
oxygen on
No,
Earth.
but
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
you're probably right.
Honestly.
The ants were gigantic. All the plants and all the birds.
like
and
how
everything was
how
big.
would we even know though, low key? Because think
That's
about
the
it,
thing,
like
though.
yeah,
Like, how the
they
fuck
know,
do you
and
know?
they probably
That's
just
not-
wrote some shit in there.
Like if you think about like the fire of Alexandria, that big library, that's what we know about. This huge library with so much history just got burnt down.
Yeah.
We lost so much. And that's
So
the
much.
thing that we know about, the history that we know we lost.
Yeah.
Yeah.
How many more times did that
Right,
happen? and
exactly, yeah.
just Shit we don't know
Whenever he
about.
says that, he always says that to me. Whenever he says that, it always fucks me up. He's not wrong about that at all. Like how many natural disasters, how many floods, how many fires happen, and how much shit
So
do
much
we lose?
knowledge, you know
So
what I
much
mean?
knowledge,
Yeah.
history, religion. Like yo, I believe. Call me crazy, but I believe that we hit a certain point of being like an advanced civilization, star traveling.
Like we're Star Wars.
Intergalactic, hell yeah.
Yeah.
Fucking all the way to the point where it was like crazy, but we just imploded
Mhm.
and killed ourselves off.
Yeah.
Or something came and crashed into the fucking earth and killed everybody,
Yeah.
and then they sent us off elsewhere.
Yeah.
We're gonna come back.
And we're like the remains.
We're gonna come back. Like it's like they sent like a portion off, and then they came and like that's aliens now. That's
Yeah.
us from
Yeah.
the past.
I wouldn't doubt
Trying
it.
to fucking breed us and make us a little bit more intelligent. I think.
No, so they're from
That'd be crazy.
we're from the past then, and they're from the future. Like,
Yeah,
time
well,
travel
well,
has
yeah,
to
like
be time
yeah.
travel has to be a thing. First off, all right.
Yeah.
So
No,
like,
because
guy-
if they say they
he doesn't
can't
believe
do
in them.
that.
that
You don't
makes sense.
believe
How would you
believing
know?
it.
There's no way of you knowing that time travel is real. We have like a billion years in the future.
Yeah.
No, because
Like,
they say that it like it's not real because it like
how do you know?
because it like doesn't like you're not. So I don't know if I'm gonna be able to explain this properly, but apparently
You can't go back.
No, it like disintegrates you and then makes a copy of you somewhere else.
Another parallel universe.
That's what they're saying. Like they can't do it because
you'll just disappear.
like it won't be
Particles
you.
won't
Yeah,
exist.
it'll be like
that
a
would be
different
crazy.
version.
Well, you're not
yeah.
born yet,
No.
so how do you exist in a time when you're not born? Which is what I don't.
No, so that's
Yeah.
okay. So my
But the other thing is like with time travel, you're not moving in like you're moving in like another dimension that like can't even be explained because like you're jumping between like the physical, whatever.
Yeah, and
moving
it's something
through
that
time
doesn't
itself
exist.
is like
is time itself is its own dimension. The fourth dimension.
it's unbelievable, but it like you gotta
I
think
believe
about
it
this.
exists.
You gotta think about it this way. From until now till the end of like planet Earth and our
Yeah.
existence as we know it,
Yeah.
you
You think
think
nobody
time
came
travel
up with
it
I
has
think you're
never
right.
been made.
Yeah,
You know, and if it has been made, then we're definitely like a product
Oh, 100%.
of like one of the mistakes or one of the successes of time
I
travel.
believe that.
or like it's like a continuum. So like
Loops.
eventually we'll get to that point. The same thing
Like
will
Doctor
happen,
Strange.
and then it'll go over and over. Yeah, that's like they like talk about that theory where it's like, every space civilization there's a hurdle, so you can
Yeah,
get
yeah,
over
if you get over the
2,
great-
3, 4, but
It's
there's
like what the fuck is it, bro? The Fermi paradox.
yeah, the Fermi paradox where only so many civilizations can
Reach
get
that
that big,
advanced. Yeah.
Yeah.
and it goes one of two ways. There's one civilization that's made that hurdle and is, forcing every other civilization to fail.
Yeah.
Or nobody's made that hurdle, and it's impossible to make that hurdle.
Yeah.
You'll never make that.
And that's the
hurdle.
only way that it works out, really and truly. So, from my understanding, time travel is possible in one way for
Mhm.
sure. Like
Yeah.
going to the future is possible because you can do that through space travel.
Oh, that would be crazy.
Because if you're able to travel the speed of light or even a portion of the speed of light,
Mhm.
you speed up.
Mhm.
So everything around you slows down. If you understand what I'm saying.
Yeah.
So time for you is still the same, but your body is not going to age as fast. Things
Yeah.
aren't going to work as like horribly. But like Earth, so if you were to fly away from Earth,
Mm-hmm.
as you look back, it's getting older and older and older, like fast.
Yeah, because you're going light years. or
Yeah,
whatever,
so you're
right?
moving through time like crazy. And then when you get into space, the rules don't make no sense.
lot
Like
of physics,
space,
yeah.
time, relativity, and like.
Wouldn't it be the opposite?
Is it the opposite? Which way is it?
It's the opposite.
We looked it up.
Because you would be looking, time would be traveling with you, so you would be seeing the same thing.
No, you would see if you're traveling through space
Yeah.
and you're looking forward, you're seeing all of the universe.
No, but I know
unravel.
what you're saying. But like, if I was looking at an object
Mhm.
and I'm moving at the speed of like light,
Mhm.
right? That time frame, I'm gonna see it coming at the same time. So I'm
Yeah,
behind.
well-
so the Earth is like, yeah, it's 10,000 years in the future, but I'm only seeing yesterday, or I'm only seeing like so many days.
For
Yeah.
the Earth, if you're looking back.
It's
Yeah.
like you
If
go
you're
to another
looking-
country with and like having that like
That's
day and
right.
night difference.
If you're
Yeah.
looking
It
forward,
was like way
if
worse.
you're looking forward,
It's like way.
So it's like watching your relative like. You think that your relative is still alive,
but then you come when you
but
come
you
back.
came back,
then
it
you
would have been
see it, and you see-
50,000.
well, yes, there you go,
Yeah,
there you go.
that's how it would have been.
As you go forward, you watch all of the universe unravel as well. You see the end of the universe as you fly through. That's at
Like
that's
the
at
Mandela
light
effect.
speed. That's at
The
light
Mandela effect is like.
Wait, so have like humans been able to do that?
Never.
Okay.
speed. We'll disintegrate.
Oh shit.
So like we have to either build something that can travel that fast, and like contain
Like
whatever's
go to
going on
space?
inside.
No, to travel at light speed.
Oh no.
You're too like
We're too much matter.
you're too much mass.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're too. We need to be a photon. We need to be
Yeah.
like literally just light.
Nothing.
Like
Move
the
that
Flash.
fast, right?
Yeah.
We can move. I'm sure we can. We've replicated 99.99, no, or like somewhere close to that here on Earth.
Yeah.
But like not as humans in it, just
Yeah, just
putting
like
like a photon
it's
in
matter.
something and spinning it the fuck around. So like that shit is absolutely. I love space. Like
Yeah.
I'm
Yeah, space is
space
cool.
at me.
Yeah.
Me and this nigga go in. Cause I believe there's multiple universes.
Are you
Yeah,
into
yeah.
like science fiction?
Yeah. It's big time.
What do you like?
Like shows or just like theories and shit.
Like like shows, like entertainment wise.
What about like The Boys? Is that science fiction?
I'd
love The
say
Boys,
low
man.
key.
The Boys was
It-
nuts.
The Boys is a good show though.
Yeah.
It's low key
Homelander?
just because of like the
Oh,
science that they
yeah.
do.
Crazy.
The fucking
What a crazy
the
guy.
thought shit. Oh yeah.
Crazy.
You watch that show?
No.
You should watch that shit, man.
Dune. Sorry.
He's a psychopath.
I was thinking Dune. Sorry.
Dune's good.
Dune.
I love Star Wars. I always love
Star Wars. Yeah, I was just about to say
I'm a
like
big
Star
Star
Wars
Wars
has
fan.
like
Like-
been my favorite.
The old
Yeah.
ones I love.
I wish
I
I
don't
yeah,
watch the
dude.
new ones too much, but I
I
know
don't.
that
Yeah,
they're
the
good.
new ones are. They're.
Yeah.
I don't know.
I like, you know,
like the
classic
prequels
shit.
and the
Intrigues me a lot.
The
But
original
I've never
ones.
been able to get into it.
Star Trek. I used to watch the old Star Trek.
Something like
I
Harry
never.
Potter.
Yeah, I was never able to
I
get
love
into.
It's one of the things I
Harry
loved
Potter's
it,
crazy,
but I was never able to get into it.
Oh, you don't.
I like
got
watched
into it?
one movie,
It's
two
alright.
movie, and
You
then
know
someone
what?
was like, "Oh, the third movie isn't that good," and I just didn't bother.
What? Third movie isn't that good? Who the fuck said that?
You know, it was something
Hey,
like
third movie's great.
Third movie's great.
Hold
Yeah,
up.
I love that.
Wait a
Really?
second. Man, the whole series,
Oh.
fucking blessed.
We were talking about
Really?
Harry Potter.
Yeah.
Hey, Harry Potter's nuts.
Harry Potter's-
Prisoner of Azkaban.
Yo,
It's like crazy now.
Okay, check.
What is that?
Number one, I'm gonna say this. I'm biased. I watched it in London, so I
Oh.
watched the movie. Then I went outside. Everybody's like, "Hello," and I was like, "This is just like Harry Potter."
Felt like Harry
I was like, "This all works. It all makes sense." But
That'd be crazy.
But like, you also, I don't know. There's people that ride or die for that shit.
Yeah.
Did you? You look like Harry right now. You have black hair.
I like it.
You got that.
I never watched.
Yeah, look,
the thing is, I never watched it as a
Look at those
child.
glasses.
Yeah.
I know the
I watched it
author-
like pretty
Hipster
recently.
Harry Potter.
But yeah, I like this. The series was good. Like it's like very.
It was well
entertaining.
made.
Yeah,
I was a
it
big
was.
cartoon guy.
Cartoon-
That's not even like
Yeah.
that's like.
You watch
I don't know,
Invincible?
Cartoons went hard.
Wizard.
Invincible.
Yeah, if
Like,
you have it, it's on Prime Video.
like Invincibles, like the ones with the red suit and the
Is that the
No,
one?
no, no.
Invincibles.
That is also the Invincible.
No, that's the Incredibles.
Oh.
No. The Invincible is like an adult show, but it's cartoons, animated.
Okay.
It's like like Batman.
Big Mouth?
You know like Batman, the animated series. You ever see that?
No.
I see that
Like
on
the black-
Instagram,
like
and
the
they
black
and
Batman?
they cuss and stuff in it.
Yeah,
right?
yeah. You see
No,
it with
I don't like comic. I don't like comic.
No?
Like,
You don't
I
like
like cartoon.
comic
I like
like cartoon.
Raunchy.
Yeah, I like
Big
cartoon.
Big
I like Big Mouth.
Family Guy.
Family
like-
Guy. I like what's it called?
Simpsons.
Adventure Time.
Adventure Time is my
Adventure
shit.
Crazy,
Okay,
man. Like
right here.
The Simpsons.
Honestly, Adventure Time. Let's not get off Adventure Time because that's the most important show. I feel like.
Really?
Yeah, I love that show. I don't know about you, bro, but the depth of the lore, the story.
Yeah,
I watched
the
it.
depth of the
I
lore.
watched that shit from the very first episode to the last episode. Like
That's crazy.
straight.
That's dope, man.
straight, and it's.
I was like that with SpongeBob.
Does it have a story?
No,
Yeah,
it's like
yeah,
no,
yeah.
it's like,
It's
I mean, you're trying to bounce, man.
It's enough of a story.
It's a
to keep you
developing story
watching.
every episode.
Yeah.
the last
be really
Airbender. The last Airbender was crazy. For
Oh,
me.
that was the
Yeah,
best
that was my
animated
shit, yeah.
series I think I've ever watched. Like I watch a lot of anime,
Mhm.
but like that show is a
Yeah, that show
English
was
dub
crazy,
existing only.
man,
Like
yeah.
bro,
I heard it
I
had
don't
a
know if you
really
ever
good
watched it.
ending too.
it has a great.
It was
ending.
a
You watched it?
yeah.
What?
Last Airbender?
Yeah.
Avatar?
No.
Yo,
Amazing.
watch. What do you mean, nah, bro? Don't give it that face.
I was just-
you never
I-
gave it a chance.
I
bro.
like Naruto.
Oh, come on. I hated
Naruto.
that
Man.
shit. I hated that. I hated that shit. I liked it at the time, but then
Yeah,
as I got
Goku,
older, they
what?
started doing the Boruto shit after too. Keep
Yeah,
that,
Naruto
keep
was
that.
always
Keep
the
that.
money grab one. I feel like
It was one that
it had
every-
good shit.
It was one
though,
that everybody
like,
watched. It's all
yeah.
about One Piece. That's all we'll say.
What?
Oh.
Yeah.
I've never really gotten into anime though. I don't know why. Like I know
Yo.
it's like cool. Like I know.
It's not even.
Did you ever watch any? Like,
I've
what you
never.
Dragon
I
Ball
know
Z, bro. Just start with
Dragon
the-
Ball.
start
I
with
watched.
the-
No, I used to read the manga
Manga,
for
yeah.
for
Oh,
the
yeah.
Dragon Ball, and I don't know. I just never got into like watching.
You're like a pioneer.
No. Like,
Yeah,
Pioneer. Started.
Do you still would
I
you
started
read it?
for the
Would you
month.
still read it? If you
Maybe.
had a chance now?
If
I don't know,
There's
man.
people like him. He reads manga and
Okay.
he might not watch a show, but there's a show that might come out. He'll watch that. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
There's- it's all selective
Yeah.
sometimes, right?
I think that like reading it's the best way because like when you watch a show and then you read it and you're like, oh man, they missed all this shit.
Yeah,
like it's
so,
why
yeah.
you learn to just like you read it
There's so
in
much
its
more
entirety
information.
yeah.
Yeah.
and then you watch it and you're like, oh yeah, they
Makes
cut all.
Dragons. You watch House of Dragons, bro?
No. I've never
God
watched
damn,
it.
nobody watches.
I was
this
never.
shit.
I don't know. I was never.
I feel like only old people watch it.
I know. I've
Yeah.
heard good things about.
Yeah,
that
but
show.
Game of Thrones is crazy.
Game of Thrones is.
But like I've also heard good things about Walking Dead, and like I watched the first
Hey,
two
yo,
seasons.
I
of it,
watched
and
the
it's not that
first two
sick.
and I gave up.
It's not that.
I
sick.
watched actually the first episode of the second season. And I was like, what am I watching?
I think that
That's
series
not
got
that
way
good.
better like season 3 and 4, but like I didn't really get in. I didn't like the zombie.
Did you like Lost?
Shit.
People just started
Lost
dying
is
too
crazy.
much.
Yeah, Lost is
Like what's that one doctor show that people? It was
Yo,
like, I was
House,
like,
bro.
what's
House?
no, it's not
Scrubs?
House. It's like a very weird
Scrubs?
thing to be watching.
Grey's Anatomy.
Grey's Anatomy.
Grey's Anatomy.
Oh, people,
Oh, yeah.
That's like lifelong.
So
Like,
I
people
was
watch
watching
that
it, and
forever.
people just kept dying. Like the
Bro,
dog
how can
started
you
dying. I was
still
like,
lose seasons?
I was like,
Everybody just
relax.
dies the whole show.
Die or fall in love.
Falls in love, then
What's up with
dies,
that?
and then dies, and then falls in love with a dead guy.
Why?
One show
Like,
that's nuts though, like
Because they
that's
bring
kind
them
of like
back
that.
dramatically. That's
How?
why
Wait,
soap operas
really?
work. Yeah.
I don't like
It's
that.
a soap.
It's a soap opera?
Oh, it feels like a soap opera.
It is a soap opera.
Yeah,
The way it's
it
being
is,
like.
bro.
That's why I was like, it's a
They
weird
just
thing.
shot it.
What's that other one
Young
that's been running forever?
and the Restless.
Yeah, same shit, man.
Yo, every Jamaican grandfather or anything like, bro, they watch it.
Yeah, my grandma used to watch that all the time.
Oh,
I used to
trust
sit
me.
and watch
The
that.
Boondocks?
Boondocks
Love
is
that
my
show.
shit, yo.
Sick show.
I love this. It's bringing me back. Boondocks is one of the
Yeah.
best. Yeah, literally one of the best shows of all time.
Very hip hop oriented.
Yo.
That show.
Yeah,
I really like that. I really like when they like integrate like music
Yeah.
into like
Into like
in
the
the shows and stuff.
You
Like,
watched
like
it
Top
live?
Boy.
I'm about to say
Top Boy.
like something like
soundtrack,
Top Boy, yeah,
crazy.
yeah.
Top
The
Boy.
soundtrack is
I was like
nuts,
playing
shit.
their soundtrack.
They're the best.
Sick.
Because it was like, you had a lot of music heads that were curating the whole thing.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And they went deep. They had some like really good UK cuts in there too.
100%.
You watch Atlanta?
No.
No?
Watch that now.
Yeah, Atlanta. Childish Gambino. Donald Glover.
No. I
It's a
like
show.
I like Childish Gambino though.
He's got a show, whole show, 4 seasons, bro.
What is it? What is it
Dope as
about?
fuck. Atlanta. Like
Atlanta?
it's like
Okay.
this dude. He plays this dude Earn, and his cousin is like a famous rapper, or he's becoming a famous rapper.
Oh no.
So it just shows like the progression, and then it gets to like
Probably from
it
his
gets like
perspective.
artistic. Like it starts to get artistic, where like some episodes are just like one-off, like random sequences that you get to see like a really cool story unfold. But like the show is amazing. Like you watch the first episode, you immediately just binge the whole first season.
Yeah.
Then you just go down the rabbit hole. So I would recommend. They have the best soundtrack. It's like
I
that.
know.
It's on
Yeah,
like
what-
ETL music shit.
What's that one show that was like? It's like there was like this kid and he was like a rapper. It was like spray painting.
I was gonna say Empire was a crazy show. I don't know if you guys have seen that
I
show.
haven't seen Empire. I've heard a lot about it.
Empire
Which one
was
that you were watching?
Which one?
That's like Empire. Stars?
I was watching Stars.
Power
I thought you were watching
soundtrack.
Empire.
Who's watching Empire? I wasn't watching either.
Oh.
The Power soundtrack was crazy.
Power.
Made by
I watched
That's
Power.
what I was
Power.
thinking.
50
Power.
Cent.
Power.
So like there was like a time where like nobody was listening to 50 Cent, but I loved
Oh, I love
That-
it.
that
I love
whole, like,
50 Cent.
the Kane on tape, bro. Like
Yeah.
all those like pilot
Yeah.
like that whole
Yeah.
time he was making music, it was
Yeah.
crazy.
You're going in on all that. Eh?
It was
I was
nuts.
lost at that. I was on my early 50 Cent shit. I used to bump 50 Cent when I was like 7, 8 years
Yeah.
old.
Yeah,
I was
yeah.
like, still in the stoop.
That's like the first artist that was like
Yeah, the first like influence. I used
First
to
rapper
G-Unit
that was
shit all
introduced
the
in my
time,
life.
bro. Gorilla Unit Gangster, bro. That shit was dope.
Candy Shop.
What the fuck was I gonna say?
Yeah.
Candy Shop was a song.
Yeah,
For Massacre was a good album.
yeah, man.
It was very
Very
gruesome to play out and about, but
For
we
real.
did. We did it hardcore. What did you ask me right before that? Because there was something that slipped my mind. It was about a show. You asked me what show I watched. Oh, Empire.
Yeah.
Power. The fuck was that?
Entourage.
Entourage. You watch Entourage?
Mm-mm.
No?
No.
That was a good show.
Yo, anybody watching right now is getting mad game. For mad, amazing TV shows. Entourage, Insecure. Have you ever seen Insecure?
No, there's
No.
no.
Oh, I was gonna say.
Insecure is
I was gonna say.
one of the best soundtracks
Really?
for any show I've ever seen ever. Because
Nah,
like, they
I-
all it's like R&B and all LA like music.
Yeah.
I
It's
love
fucking
that.
dope. So good, bro.
I love the R&B soundtracks, man.
Yeah.
They go crazy.
Well, I mean, you're an R&B artist, but
Yeah.
so like,
It's sick.
how did that even happen, bro? How did you start making
I
music?
started singing, man.
How did you
My like, how to start making music or how to get introduced to
all
singing.
of everything starts at the beginning, bro. Let's start
Oh,
with
man.
the influences from the
How were you
beginning,
born?
bro.
Sunny Side
How were you
Up,
born?
bro.
What happened?
And my first song I ever sang was "Beautiful Soul" by Jess McCartney.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
So it's the first song I was singing because my sister used to play that song
How old are you?
over. I'm 22.
Okay.
My
Yeah. That,
sister-
21.
yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's
So
alright.
my sister used to just
2000.
play that song like
All
over
over.
and over
How old is
again.
sister?
28.
Okay.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's-
that
that's
sounds about
perfect.
right.
So she was like, she was playing the song like
Yeah.
lyrics on the screen, like, you know, like saying
Oh,
it.
yeah.
back in the
style, man.
day with
And
the-
I was like, you know what? Let me try this out. And I was like singing it, and like, I don't know. Like my sister used to sing a lot,
Yeah.
and I used to sing a lot, and I just kept singing until like I was like in high school, and then I tried producing, and I was like, you know what, like, maybe I should try singing.
Mm-hmm.
So I started singing with Cubby,
Mm-hmm.
really sick artist.
Yeah.
And just started making music, and like I think the first time like I dropped something, I was like, all right, like I have a different sound. You know what I mean? Like I have a different sound, so maybe I should keep doing this. And then, yeah, man, I just kept going, and then I feel like right before I started like recording and taking it like really seriously.
Yeah.
Because I was like right after high school. Like right after high school is when I was like, you know what, like I should probably keep recording. Like I don't really need to be doing anything else, right? So I kept recording, and then just like me dropped like my first EP, right? But I feel like at that point like my knowledge with mixing and like and whatnot wasn't quite there yet, which is like completely okay, right? Nobody starts off like
perfect, man.
so I was like okay, you know what, maybe I should keep doing this. And then I started mixing and mastering my own stuff, where I was really able to get in depth with it, like sit down and be kind of crazy over it.
Understand what you're doing.
Yeah, understand what I'm doing and like what I'm really hearing.
What effects make your voice really stand out and are brighter and you know
100%.
like,
And figuring out your sound.
Means. Yeah, 100%.
Figuring out your sound. So
I think that's the best thing as like an artist to do, at least a little bit, is to get the knowledge of just like what do I want to sound like and how do I know
the bass
how to achieve
mix.
that. Yeah, if I can get that bass mix down as just me.
Yeah.
Fuck.
It's like tomato.
It's
like tomato paste.
Exactly.
Tomato paste, and you're making a sauce.
Yeah.
Making a sauce. You need to know what goes in there.
Exactly.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, you're gonna try to add some garlic, some spice, some
100%.
whatever, try it out. Okay, needs a little bit more of this.
Maybe I need to take something out. Maybe I need to start the whole thing over again.
Restart. Yeah, exactly.
You
Throw
know what
it
I
all
mean?
out.
You know what I mean?
I love using what is it? Like, euphemism is like sexual, isn't it? But like, metaphors and shit like that to get shit across, because that's the only way it makes
Analogies.
sense. Analogies.
You need to have that.
metaphors? I don't know what the fuck I'm saying.
You need to have that like.
That's
substance, man.
I've been out of school for so long, bro. Drinking every day, smoking weed.
So what made you want to continue singing? Like, because obviously you said that you were singing when you were young, and you kind of like just started doing that. But like, what was it like in middle school? Were you like, or middle school, junior high? Were you like still singing? Were you singing to girls? Like, were you fucking
what was the thing
singing
that
and
made
dancing? Like, were you in like theater? Like, what was the whole vibe?
What was the thing that made you like understand this works? This like, oh, my voice is really.
Mm-hmm.
It was like, it was when I like really went through something like, something crazy. So I went through a crazy breakup.
Yeah. There you go.
Right. So I was like.
There it is, ladies and gentlemen.
Right, you're all high school, man. You're cuffed up, right? And then like after that.
It's all always women. Always women.
After
Women,
that.
they cause everything.
Yeah, no, but it's great. Honestly,
It is
you know
great.
what I
It's
mean?
one of my favorite things.
Like props to her. You know what I mean? Like.
I'm telling you.
Can't be mad about it. Like she made me like open up like how I was really feeling about the whole situation, and I put it out, and I just started singing about it, and like most of my stuff I freestyle. Like
Yeah.
I can't sit there and write.
I feel the same
Sometimes
way.
like sometimes if I'm writing, I'm like why am I even talking about this? Like I'm not talking about how I really feel.
That's how I felt recently. Like it's been a couple of years since I've like actually sat down and like wanted to write a song.
Mm-hmm.
It's always freestyle.
Unless you're rapping, though.
No, I'm rapping like I freestyle. Everything is freestyle, and then I like voice memo it, and then I'll go back, and if I need to fix like a couple words or whatever, then I'll do that.
Different type of rap. I feel like you're flowy with it though.
I love flow.
You know what I
That's
mean?
my whole shit.
If you have like let's say Logic,
Mhm.
like I myself I would say I love freestyle. I'm pretty good at it. If I'm freestyling like a Logic, like if Logic's making a song, I don't know how he would be able to freestyle. Like that would be like beautiful.
I'll show you after.
Let's
We're
do
in a
it.
break. I'll show you. It's what's freestyling since 7. Bro.
That would be amazing.
That's where it's like, in him, it's kind of weird. It's like a muscle.
Yeah.
Like, and I know that you
train it.
I have to train it, because like if I don't freestyle for a while and just jump back into it, like I can feel.
It basically is. You're training your tongue,
Yeah.
man. Like
Oh,
for real.
100%. You're training your thought, you're trading this connection
100%.
from here to here without a filter. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? And like being able to formulate something that actually makes sense, not just
Yeah.
like I see all these objects and I'm gonna rap about that. Like no, you're gonna tell a story that maybe doesn't exist, but it's like
it makes something make sense to me.
yeah, man, 100%. But it was like you freestyle everything, and that's in the singing tone, right? Like while you're singing, you can rap. I've heard you fucking rap, but like. I always thought that was like the most blessed thing because like if you can sing, it's a lot easier to carry a melody and speak your mind
100%.
and kind of like get everything out in a freestyle. Like
I'll completely agree with
I've
you.
always found that to be like the
me
best.
making a rap song is like I don't even know if I'm talking like what am I'm not gonna rap about like me being in my feelings.
You can.
You know what I mean? You can if it's like but like the way I make my music, like I can't. You know what I mean? It's more of
right.
Say a lot more with a lot less.
100%.
Yeah,
what
I feel like less is more.
Yeah.
It is.
Yeah.
Less is more for sure. Like sometimes
Simplicity.
I hear like a little too much reverb is like gets me the wrong way. You know what I mean? Like a little too much delay. It's like a little too much EQing.
Yeah. Like you said, you want your shit to be kind of
stresses me out, bro. You know what I mean?
I think one thing that I used to get like super caught up with is like if it is a lot of reverb, like I don't know, sometimes like shit like that sounds good. You know what I mean? Like there's certain places for that. Because like I was really focused on like, you know, like trying to match my EQ to look like the guy on like the YouTube channels and shit like that, and it's like it might not work for
your voice.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So
it's all about like and doing that, like there were times it took me years to figure out how to like actually like mix and like master my shit to sound okay enough. Took me years. And then I finally like gave in because I was trying to do it myself and I gave in and I'm like, alright, check this video. And then I saw like the blueprint of what he was doing and I was like, oh, I'm missing this.
Right.
And then like I just took that and like you just gotta play around with it because like once you start recording like so many people, like I've recorded a lot of different people. So like high tones, low tones, girls, guys, all that kind of shit is super different the way you have to EQ it.
You need to EQ it differently. Like
some
like
people
for me,
need to EQ the shit out of their fucking voice because their tones and their frequency for the songs they pick, it just doesn't match.
Yeah, like when I'm singing, I have like a whistle every time I like.
Right.
Every time I.
Right.
Like if you put like a compressor on your mic and like turn that up, you're gonna be able to hear like the loudest whistle ever. So it's like that. Like I need to get rid of that tiny thing, but like. You know, in the process of getting rid of that tiny thing, you get rid of like
a lot
the
more
sauce.
Yeah, man.
And
That's the brightness.
Yeah, and then you're using plugins to make your stuff sound better. Like you shouldn't do that.
No, but like that's what I'm saying.
Like
with the plugin thing, like somebody. Like a good example would be like Travis Scott.
Right.
You know, like
yeah.
He uses a lot of plugins and he fucks with his vocals and shit, but like cuz it's not a talent show. You know, like your song is not a talent show.
100%.
You don't have to be singing your ass off. Like you could, you know, get a little bit more mellow with it.
It's all about the ad-libs.
Throw some fucking plugins on it.
Yeah,
you know.
But I don't think everybody can do what Travis Scott can do with autotune unless
I do agree with you on that. So like, and trust me, I've tried. And like for me, I know specifically, I'm like, it's just never gonna be my shit. Like I'm never gonna sound like Forever Friday. You know what I'm saying? I'm never gonna sound like Top Boy. I'm never gonna sound like you. And that's the thing. It's like
I feel like everybody starts their own sauce.
But like some people can really fucking pull that shit off and like heavy reverb on their ad libs and whatever, like mad auto tune on their main. Like, do you if you want to do how you're gonna do it. If it sounds good, shit, you can't be knocked. Like Travis Scott sounds amazing.
Right.
Kanye on his old like
whatever
808s,
like 808s Heartbreak sounds
at the
crazy.
end of the day, whatever sounds good and whatever like
Yeah, but it's also how do you want your shit to be presented too. So like
100%.
if you want to be able to touch the stage and grab the microphone and emulate your natural voice to like what the recording is and it matches, people go nuts.
You
know what I'm saying? So like there's certain elements that kind of get boosted where like I've had people that perform, I've had to go and then now we got to figure out how to rig up their auto-tune on their mic live and then figure out how to make sure that everything, all their effects are there, which adds the element and adds it too.
Yeah.
But like there's also that element of being able to touch a mic and naturally just fucking belt out that shit. You know what I'm saying?
100%.
So like that's the money maker as an artist is touring, shows, and your voice.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
I mean, you guys got the voice. I've heard both y'all music.
That's the thing. Like I'll sing live, and if I'm like on like a trap beat, I'll be
Yeah.
like, let me just turn the tune up a bit.
Yeah.
This sounds fire.
Yeah.
Sounds fire.
That's the thing about it. It's like it's a tool.
Yeah.
Use every single tool in the shed.
Mhm.
You know what I'm saying? Like, don't not utilize these things, but also just understand like what you have to do in the live performance. Like, it's gonna add elements that you're gonna have to bring on to the whole show, and that's never a bad thing because if that song is tuned out, you want to make sure you're tuned out on stage as well because it's gonna sound mad different.
Yeah.
Right?
Mhm.
But if you can belt it out, you can get it too. Fuck. Drop that tune on some songs and let it go and shine through. Like when motherfuckers found out T-Pain could really sing,
Yeah.
they were like, the hell? They were like, what?
Yeah.
Yeah, they're like, I
Yeah.
thought he could just only like use using the auto tune.
But that's the thing, like auto-tune sounds really good
It's
when
it's the sound
can
now,
sing.
too.
when you can sing though. Like when you can sing like auto-tune like perfectly.
Brings it out.
Like you don't
100%.
hear the
Well,
little cuts and stuff. You just hear
You
it.
bring on just a tiny amount of it. Like it's all about how much like retune speed you use, right?
Yeah,
Because,
exactly.
like, if you have a really great voice, all you have to do is put a little pinch of it on just to catch those little imperfections that humans
Yeah.
have.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? That's normal shit. But like Drake will always have auto tune
Yeah.
on his voice. If you hear it, it's very minuscule. Like all big artists, anybody you love,
Yeah.
they have it.
Like you're supposed
You're
to.
supposed to.
like,
Yeah,
you
you're
should,
supposed
you
to.
should.
As an
Should,
engineer,
yeah.
most engineers shit will have auto tune in their mixing bank.
Pretty
already.
much like all mainstream music,
Yeah.
any music on TikTok,
Especially right
anything,
now.
anything that people fuck with is auto-tuned because it sounds nice.
Right now,
like,
but also that's where I am like I have to wait for the next wave. You
Yeah.
know what I'm saying? Like
Yo, that's really important, man.
yeah,
That's really important. So I think about this all the time, and I'm like, you know what? So like, me like, if I let's say my new song like Tenfold.
Yeah.
I can't imagine, like, I don't want to imagine myself singing that to everybody because I made that for like, you know what I mean, for like a reason, for somebody.
100%.
You know what I mean? Like it's like it means more to me than that. I feel like there's like different songs have different
They have
like
different attachments to them.
different
Yeah.
attachments to them, man. Like
Yeah.
and you can't just like you can't throw that out there. You can't
No.
just give that to anybody.
I agree with you 100%.
You know what I mean?
There are certain
Mhm.
songs I've made that are sitting in the vault that I'm just like,
Yeah.
if I ever put this out, I'm like, if I put it out, I could never like
Yeah.
go and perform
And it
because
needs to
it's
be
just-
and it needs to be like the best
Oh yeah.
the best you know have put out, like, because it means so much to you.
Yeah.
That shit is the biggest thing. I want people to care about music. Like
yeah.
and like from COVID, like people they've been able to kind of like pinpoint what they specifically like. As a DJ, this is what I found, right?
Yeah.
People have become very much like they know that this now what I listen to, I listen to this, I listen to that, or whatever. Going to the club now, like it's hard to play for
Yeah.
a big amount of people because everybody has such a very
Distinct
ear of
taste.
what they want to hear in the night. So you gotta play everything and give them a taste of this and that and whatever. But like, it shows as like a musician and an artist, like, oh, this is my chance to just like be me as much as I can.
Exactly.
Because people are really willing and able to accept whatever it is. And those songs that mean the most usually are the songs that people listen to and they connect with the most.
Yeah.
Because it's like they feel that.
It should be
emotion.
personalized.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You should feel hurt
Like not
when you're listening
not
to that like
not-
hurt song.
like not every top song is
Mhm.
like a sick vocalist.
No,
You know what I mean?
100%.
Like most like top songs are like they're just singing because
They feel something.
they feel something and,
Yeah.
and they're singing it in like a melody or whatever.
100%.
And like I feel like, bro, I at a point I was thinking like, who the fuck cares? You know, like I just
Me
want to
too.
get on a mic. I just want to get in the booth and I just want to sing.
Yeah.
And if people like it, they like it. If they don't, they don't. But like
100%.
at the end of the day, like I just
That's the biggest mentality to have
You know what I
when
mean?
making
Like-
music, bro. Like, if you get stuck in, like, what does everybody want to hear? Like, what the fuck do they want to hear right now?
Yeah, like, who
You're
cares?
done.
man?
Like, you know, who cares? But what do you
Like,
want
why-
to make right
like,
now is
Yeah.
the most important question.
You gotta be.
How do you feel?
You gotta be the pudding, bro. You gotta be the sauce. You
Yeah.
cannot like be the vegetable to the sauce,
You
bro.
can't.
You gotta
Yeah.
be the sauce. You know what I mean?
100%, bro.
And like that's a big reason why for me personally, like, teams are so hard to like finalize.
Yeah, bro.
you know what I mean?
It's
like
a hard thing
it's
to get
very
everybody
hard. No
together,
matter
man.
how close you are, no
Doesn't
matter how
matter.
much you relate to them, man.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
like for example, like for myself, like I think about like myself as like the person that like brings it together. Like I'll be working with like this person, that person to make this thing. You know what I mean?
You're the
And
connector.
like
You're the
that's my group.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And then I'm working with this person, that person, this person, that. But that's my group.
Yeah.
Because like at the end of the day, I'm just putting out the music.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
You know what I mean? There's the same guy that's mixing my stuff. There's the same guy that's mastering my stuff.
Yep.
Same guy that's making my cover arts.
Mm-hmm.
I make a lot of my cover arts.
Yeah, that's
You
dope.
know what I mean? So it's like when you put it all together, it's like you have like this whole collection of people that are like, you know what, like
Yeah, man.
I know this, that I worked with this person.
They
You
all
know
know
what I
their
mean?
roles. They know what I do. They know
Yeah.
how I like to do it.
Yeah.
And that's these guys with the podcast, the music, the parties, DJing, like all aspects. You gotta find your people and like
100%.
and sometimes it's 1 or 2 or 3 people.
100%.
You're lucky if
Yeah.
you're able to find like a big group of people. And majority of the time, when you do find that big group of people, there's so many snakes in the grass.
Right,
bro,
for
that you
real.
gotta start weeding them out anyway.
Yeah.
And
You
you're
can make
done
it with
4 or
like
5.
two or three people.
2 or 3
Yeah,
people.
It's so
literally.
great.
Yeah.
2 or 3 people, and like 2 or 3 people on different.
From the group, they
Even
stick
a
out.
2-man squad could.
Well, even 2 or 3
Yeah.
people in different sections of your life.
Yeah.
To
Yeah,
personally,
exactly. Yeah, yeah.
professionally, personally, and like being able to like put those 2
Yeah.
together. Now you got a 6-man squad.
Exactly.
There's some people you can really trust,
Yeah.
and we're all goal oriented, and
100%.
we know what we
Mhm.
want to
Yeah.
do. So like, yeah, man, team, biggest thing.
But it's like,
Biggest
think about
fucking
this.
thing.
Think about this. So it's like you and let's say you're chasing videography, right?
Yeah.
You got like 2 friends that are also chasing videography, but they're not as good as you are.
You're right.
Like, and it's like it's not like that. You're willing to teach them, but it's like,
Nah, but fuck it though. Like, who
You know
cares?
what I mean?
It's not even about
I
that.
know,
Wait,
like-
what do you mean though? What do
it's
you
a
mean?
lot.
Like,
It's a like,
oh, to like teach them and have to like bring them up to that level.
you know what I mean?
It depends on them. Like he is a perfect example of that for the DJing stuff because he didn't know how to DJ. What? How long has it been? 4 years.
Yeah.
So willingness to learn, though.
Well, yeah, willingness to learn. It's
You know
about
what
how
I
much time you put in. Full-time job, still wanted to DJ, still wanted to get it, and I needed his help.
Yeah.
So at the same time, like it wasn't at the time that I needed his help, but down the line, yeah, now he does every single Saturday
Yeah.
for me, and like cover shit if I need this or that, or I know he's capable, because he put the time in early. I was only a year in, and he grew with me. So I get you 100%. So if you're far in, and you like meet somebody and they're fresh,
Yeah, okay, that makes
it's
sense.
hard to fucking get them on a level at all.
You know what I mean?
Because they have to put so much more time in on the back end of whatever you're showing them that when they come back and see you every time, they need to be leveled up 3-4 times, like they saw you 3-4 times already. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Just to be able to catch up and keep up to get to a point where now you are useful, not
100%.
even in a bad way, but like to the team.
Yeah.
Like we can put you in a place and fill a position.
Yeah.
So
Because that's the thing, like, it's like you can't start off with just sick people around you.
yeah,
like, you have to build
you gotta
that.
build
you gotta
them.
build
Sometimes
that
you
up.
gotta show people the
Right.
path and show people, do you want to do this part of it, this part of it, this part of it, or that part of it, or do you
Yeah.
want to create your own? Do you have
And
an
that's how
idea?
you weed
Right?
out people
But,
who
but
are,
see, that's not the point of having a
Oh,
team though.
Yeah.
Like they're not coming in and trying to fill my spot in.
No, no.
That's not why. That's not why you're in my team. You're,
Yeah,
you're here
exactly.
to you're here to support the vision. But and it's totally okay for them to
Yeah,
not
yeah.
see
Oh.
your vision the way you see it. You know what I mean? That's totally okay. Like you can't be like, oh, you're not my homie because of that.
100%.
You know what I mean? But
Yeah.
like some people have their own vision, and that's just how it goes.
a team. I feel like for a team, like it has to be beneficial to everybody.
All parties.
All
Yeah,
parties
man, all
involved.
parties.
Like everybody involved needs
I
to be
agree.
getting something. So
100%.
because you're investing time and you're investing
man.
sometimes money and you're investing, you know, like
money, time, effort,
Right, so-
and like sometimes skill.
so it's like
Right.
nobody's gonna be
Yeah.
down to be like, yo, I'm down to ride for you. I'm down to do this if they're not getting anything back. You know what I mean? Like there has to be.
There's give and take on everything.
Exactly.
On
Yeah.
everything, and that's the most important thing. Like, at the time too, sometimes you gotta make sacrifice.
Yeah.
Sometimes you gotta be the guy that's gonna be like, all right, well, I know we're not gonna be able to do anything for a minute, so I'm gonna take the L, and I'm gonna take the L, or even if it's not an L, you know what I'm saying,
Step
until
back.
we can all win.
Yeah.
So it's like, it's all like these elements of just trusting.
And I think
What it
it-
boils down to is, do you trust the people you're working with? Are they loyal to you, and are they capable?
That's the biggest thing. Like trusting them.
Yeah, man.
Mhm.
You know what I mean? Like you need to trust them to be reliable.
Yeah.
You know, even when it comes to their own work.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's like you have a task to do that's gonna fulfill my task.
Yeah.
Have you finished yours? No, you haven't. like, why are you holding me back?
It's like a logo, man. Where's the logo?
Nah, but like,
I'm fucking sure.
it's like you should, like, all just be on the same page.
Yeah.
I think that's a sick way to go about it.
It's the easiest way. Or consent, like, talk. Communication is the best thing ever. In
100%.
every relationship, in any relationship. Love, friendship, business, communication. You don't know where I'm at, what I want out of you, we're never gonna see eye to eye. But if I tell you, I expect this, and this from you, and please, like, what do you expect from me as the return of that?
And they don't fulfill it.
You, hopefully. I would hope so.
What if they don't?
Then I give you another try.
Yeah.
This motherfucker get enough tries.
Yeah.
He's
No,
he's
I
great.
feel like it's different when it's your bro. Though.
He's great because he's a personality in himself. He's a podcast. Me and him started the podcast with Dylan. He can do whatever the fuck he wants, really.
Yeah.
As mad as I get, I don't really give a shit. He's still part owner. It doesn't
Pioneer.
matter what the fuck I say. It's just, all of it, it just gets to the point of, like, yeah, like, this is all...
The thing is, too, is, like, if it's, like... There's a difference in, like, not being reliable. Because, like, if it's, like, crunch time...
Then you get shit done.
Shit will be done.
Yeah. No, nobody's saying you're not.
No, but I'm using myself as an example. Like, if shit is, like... Oh, let's get this done. It's like, okay, well, let me just go do this real quick. Crunch this out in like 5 minutes, right? Even if it like, yeah, people can get on your back. You have to be able to, trust their skill level that like, okay, it's done. Send it out to you. It's already done. You don't have to think about it for long.
Bro.
Yeah. That's the thing.
And but that's the thing too, is like, that's where you can trust your people.
Yeah,
right?
when
like,
they get it to you when you need your phone.
Exactly. And like, that's like me and Jaylin are kind of like that, where it's just like, certain things I've been like, oh, let's do this, let's push this, but they fall off, and like it's kind of gives both ways. But we both know that it's like it's kind of it's there.
You get that.
It's not important. It's not important at the moment.
Exactly. Things are gonna come like.
And what I've learned, like, the biggest thing through, like, in the last 6 months is that prioritizing and like really thinking about prioritizing is not always important. You know what I mean? Like, you should also take things as they come.
100%.
You know what I mean? You can't just like you can't just be like, you know what?
Plan everything.
This is you can't be like, this isn't it. I need a plan. Like, you can't do that. You know what I mean?
100%.
You need, and that's where you'll see like the brightest side of you come out.
Because you have to really try. You gotta really figure your shit out.
100%.
You can't just be like, okay, this is like we think like we planned it, like we planned it out, like it's gonna go. Like, you gotta just take it, and then when it happens, oh, how do I react to this? Okay, boom, this is it. Can I benefit myself off this? Is it a setback? How do I learn from anything if it is? And like, all those steps, bro, it's experience of getting out into the world and just like dealing with people, dealing with shit.
And a lot of the time it's like, you don't have to, you just don't set a lot of things in stone. When it's like, oh, if you're working with your team, it's like, okay, we are trying to get something done by this date. Like, these are the things that need to be done. You don't need to set in stone, be like, I need you to be outside shooting this at this time. I need you to be doing this at this time. You better be here. You know what I mean? It doesn't work that. It doesn't always work that way with people because shit happens, right? But if you're like, yo, like, if we're putting on an album, okay, I need you to take some photos with, so and so on the, like, roughly before this date.
It should be really inclusive, you know what I mean?
And like,
keep everybody included.
Keep everybody included. Keep it
Right.
open for people to have a conversation and be like, let's do this, let's go back and forth. Or I'm thinking, why don't we do this instead?
Because like, we need to type shit, like, not because
I need you to.
Yeah,
we
and like,
to get this done.
even to get to like your other point too, where like you were talking about how sometimes people, if there's one skill that you have that everybody else wants to get into, you can bring everybody along, but you're gonna, people are gonna realize quickly, oh, I actually don't want to do this.
Exactly.
I want to do something else completely different. And that's like, you have to entrust that they're a real human being and not a robot, that they're just gonna follow you around. Like, you have to entrust that, like, you're gonna do this, and eventually you're just either you're gonna hate it, or you're gonna love it way more than I love it, and you're gonna get past me faster than anything else, because that person's gonna come back and be like, oh man, I was watching like 3 videos last night, and I think we could do this. Like, I learned how to do it with this camera, or I bought this dongle. I bought this dongle last night, bro. Like, and it does all this shit. So like, let's try and shoot a video with it or whatever, right? Like, there is always like a person. One of those two people, one of them's gonna either love it, one of them's either gonna hate it. They're both gonna hate it, or they're both really gonna love it, and they're gonna work with each other to get better at it. So like, it's just like, that's like, to me, that's more trusting people rather than
100%.
trusting that they're gonna get better. It's like trusting that they're gonna find a passion to do it, regardless of the money, regardless of the time it's gonna take. They're gonna think about it when they're at work. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
The
it just becomes a
scary,
thing.
the kind of scary thing with that though is like everyone is a human being, and so like
Yeah, they all have a
they
life,
might be
right?
Yeah.
no, but I'm saying like they might have that drive and they might have that passion for like 6 months or like 8 months.
Mm-hmm. But a part of it is
Now
like
it's like how is as a group, how can you keep that alive?
Trusting
How do you-
someone, I feel
yeah,
like trusting
you know.
someone to find a passion is like already too much for me.
Yeah.
I guess,
That's too
like
much for me.
I guess, but like that's part of it. Like
But it
to
is
me,
part of it. Like as much as you want to show everybody your idea, you gotta trust that they're gonna believe in your idea as much, right?
like a really good example of this is when Govey, Imagine, and I got together for the
Yeah.
first time.
Yeah.
Like we knew exactly what we wanted to do. We were
Right.
like we want to record,
Yeah.
and Govey was like I want to record. Imagine was like I want to record, and that's all we did.
Right.
That's all we did, and it was like. It was just nothing else. You
Right.
don't see anything else.
Right,
You know what I mean?
right,
It's
right.
like this is all I want to do.
Yeah.
Like when I get home, I'm going like subconsciously. I just hit the studio first thing.
Yeah.
You know what I
Yeah.
mean? Like I'm not thinking about going into my bed or anything like that because I'm just like I love it so much, and then I'm like checking up on like other artists that I've been talking to recently, or like. Producers.
Everything
I'm like,
that you do
I'm like,
now
hey
is,
man,
like,
what how
all
have you
around
been?
it.
What have you
Yeah.
been doing?
Oh,
You
man,
know what
trust
I mean?
me, I fell into that where it's like, okay, as a DJ now I start marketing, and then my marketing is 24/7 as like a self-employed individual. I don't.
You're the brand.
I'm the brand. So my whole imagery, my do-rag, my fucking the way that I walk, the way that I talk, the way that I move in and out of buildings, people all see it and they all take it.
You don't sound like
account.
a clone.
So.
You don't want to be.
I don't want to be.
a
I don't want to
clone.
be a DJ.
Like you're
that guy looks like a DJ. No,
It's like
that's
Vincent
Jaylin,
Black
that's-
and me, same person. You know what I mean?
exactly. Like, there's got to be a distinction of like that motherfucker is his whole own brand. He's his
Yeah.
whole own thing. And like learning that and taking the steps of like, oh, this shit is 24/7.
Yeah.
Like that's what differentiates the grind.
And that's when it hits
That's when
you,
it
and you're like,
pops, yeah.
oh wait,
I gotta figure.
I'm the sauce.
Exactly. I gotta
Hold
figure
up.
this out because I literally am the fucking battery to push it.
Literally.
So like when you do that and you figure out like, oh, my everything's in my hands. Like if I want to go out there and like I want to make shit happen, I need to go out there. I can't just like sit here and imagine that like, oh man, my life's gonna get better. No, I gotta go. Push, grind, make shit actually like make connections, make calls, be networking or like posting and like everything that you do adds up to the point of like
Hit your fellow DJs up.
I'm sorry.
Hit your city's DJs.
Yeah, oh
up.
yeah, hitting up, connecting with people, finding things like me connecting with 2 other DJs that are like minded. Like now we're going and we're throwing that day and night party that I was telling you about, that all R&B party. Only because we all connected up and like saw the vision. You know what I'm saying? Like we just went and talked to a designer yesterday. We had like FaceTime from like Vancouver just to come up with just the logo and
Yeah.
like just like from like a conversation of like how we met and all that kind of shit. So he's gonna implement everything
That's
into
so
that,
sick.
and then like it's all of that is just off like reaching out and connecting with people. That's how I got all of my fucking gigs, all of my residencies. Anytime that I've met anybody new, it's because I've just been like, yo. So just do that
How
sometimes.
do you
What's
guys
up?
feel about like moving to other cities?
I moved to 2 other cities. I went to Toronto and I learned how to DJ. And then I went to Vancouver and I was going to start DJing out and like you just make so many connections and meet so many people.
Like it's beneficial, right? Like
Experience,
it's
man.
you
Traveling.
should. Yeah, you should.
Even just
yeah.
like even if you don't move, you travel. Like I went to London, I was able to go to Amsterdam and Paris, and like on someone else's dime, which was even more blessed.
They have
But,
those
like,
trains over there that
bro,
take
like,
you all over. Yeah.
everything that you see influences the art that you make because it's like you're in
Exactly.
different
So if
air.
you're in like the right environment,
Oh,
the
yeah,
art that
yeah.
you make is gonna be like
Oh,
I feel
yeah.
like, bro. I feel like me vibing out in Edmonton versus me like vibing out in Toronto.
It's
The result
completely-
is gonna be completely different.
Yeah, man,
you know
the
what I mean?
atmosphere is crazy. The energy in the air itself is just like
Because
crazy.
I'm low key. I'm trying to do that. Like I'm
Yeah.
trying to just get out of here. I'm trying to go to Toronto. So
Yeah, bro.
I don't know. Like
It's sometimes
I
it's yeah. Go ahead, you.
I think it goes back to like what we kind of started and with your team. You're like it's not the same. Is that wherever your team is and people are, that will always be your like home base
Yes,
and stuff.
yeah.
And these vacations and stuff will always be. beneficial.
I feel like
But-
your experiences and what you go through as a person is really important.
Yeah.
And like, I myself like I don't want to find something to sing about.
Mm-hmm.
Right. It should just
It's
come.
gonna come to
Right.
me.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And like I live life as it is, and
Yeah.
I live on like a musically based life.
Yeah.
Like, dog, that's all I think
Everything
about. You know what I
24/7.
mean? Like all like, and it's not just my music. You know what I mean? I'm
But
just
like-
thinking about music in general. You know what I mean? And it's like, I wouldn't wanna, I wouldn't wanna find it, and I wouldn't be able to find it. Like I make my best music when I go through something like crazy.
Mm-hmm.
That's usually the time when like all my best music's come out of.
It's like when you go through crazy shit. Yeah.
Man. A lot of shit happened to me that made me zone in to be like, oh, I need to be making my music. Like, I feel a hole in myself.
I just feel like, well,
Yes.
I feel like just changing your environment. Like you're not like looking for
I'm not
something to
lying.
write
No,
about.
I'm not gonna lie. You need sometimes to recharge
You
yourself.
just need to change.
Yeah.
Like,
Like a
drastic
vacation.
change.
Yeah,
like-
vacation. Sometimes vacation. Sometimes move. I've done it. You know what I'm saying? I'm not gonna say
Moving
it's the
is
best.
nice.
I'm not gonna say it's the best thing in the world to do, but like, yeah,
Yeah.
if you have the resources, yeah,
Go on a vacation with your crew.
go on a
too.
vacation.
That's
with
like
the
a
crew
thing
is the
too.
best
Just
thing
like
to do.
just to see that, like,
Yeah.
How does
because you
it
know
feel?
it's you don't want to just dive into something sometimes
Trust me.
because it doesn't work. It doesn't always work out
Trust
for
me,
me. I'm
bro.
not saying that's not.
I
Always,
know for me personally, I had every element for it to work, and it still didn't.
Right.
Work. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Well, not just. I'm not saying like I wouldn't do that for it to work. I would just do that to like
No, just to
be
get
able
some
to like experience that. You know what I mean?
like,
Like
go for a minute, like live your life and come back. And I mean, like, that's a part of the whole sequence. Like,
I feel like
sometimes-
I'm like 21 right now.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So it's like
yeah, I moved there when I was 19.
Exactly.
So, like, that's what taught me like music and like learning. I learned a whole other culture when I was in Toronto. You know what I'm saying?
exactly.
Like,
Yeah.
that is beneficial. It became very beneficial to me DJing here in Edmonton and all over the world. It will be something. So like that, you know, it's life. Like sometimes you just gotta follow the path, and if you have a tug and it's telling you to go somewhere, like that's why I've jumped on a plane and gone places sometimes.
I do think though, like Edmonton as a city is low key is
Oh,
starting to
it's about to explode.
Yeah.
Man. There's not one
Your
person.
city's
100%.
what you make it. You know what I mean?
100%.
yeah.
And like it won't. You can.
We here now. We'll talk. So
Yeah.
Yeah, no, it's
Okay,
definitely
talk.
about a
Alright, hold on. We're gonna take a break real quick, come back, do another little half an hour, and then we could. But this motherfucker
Was
gonna
it
piss his
half
pants.
hour?
That was long. That was
Like
long.
an hour.
That was
2
long.
hours.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, that's the thing about sales. Like, I don't enjoy that. I don't enjoy knowing about
Yeah.
people's lives and shit like that. Like,
I don't know why it just got hard for me to work a regular job. Sounds a little spoiled.
no, but it's true though. Yeah.
Work too much sales, and that shit just.
I mean, making music so much,
Yeah.
man. It's just like
Yeah.
you just. You know what I mean?
Tap
And when
in.
you start seeing money come from music, it's
yeah,
like
it's just
it's like, oh, okay, it's kind of crazy.
It makes
I'm
sense
gonna
now.
keep doing this.
Yeah, we're
Yeah.
gonna keep, hopefully you can fuel it with the next one and the next one, and you keep doing it,
Yeah.
and like
For real. Man.
gig after gig and song after song, performance after performance, man. But you know. We
So
gotta
how
go-
did you two meet?
Exactly. Thank
Me and him.
Yeah.
We
Mutual
met through like our like other super close friend of ours, and then that was like in high school. So
you. Yeah.
that's when we started making music.
So you were in a group, right?
Yeah, we were in a group.
He was in my so super close friend. He was like in my high school, and it was just like him and I, and we were both cuffed up. So we were just like nobody else was like cuffed up. So it was like him and I. We're just like this is kind of weird, yo. But like that's not why we were friends. We just really related on everything. And like one day I was like, hey man, like listen to this. I was like, hey man, like have you ever thought about this? And he was like, man, like, you know, like, I have this friend that like that I talk to about this music stuff. Like let me get in touch with him.
Mm-hmm.
And I was like, okay. Next thing you know, he comes into the picture.
Mm-hmm.
We're talking, but we kind of already knew of each other because like people were like talking like they would go up to him and be like, you look like him. They would go up to me and be like, you look like him. I was like I don't know, man. I don't know why they would do that, but
That happens, bro.
yeah.
The racist. Looking at you.
Yeah.
Looking at
People
them
are
again.
racist.
The
People are
racist.
stupid. People always just think of someone else. Like, who do I look like? The other black guy in fucking. You know, the black guy in high school, man. Really. I don't look as black as you, I guess.
No. I didn't go to your high school.
You that too. So
Yeah.
we were saying.
Anyways.
So, When did you start falling in love with like, and when did you figure out your sound? Has it always been since the beginning? Like, oh, I know what I'm making, I know how I'm making it, or like, who are your influences that made you like guide to that?
Definitely, like I definitely didn't start like like knowing like exactly what I wanted, but like when I started like after the first EP and then after like the songs where I could record on and it sounds crazy, but I'm not trying at all.
Right.
You know what I mean? I'm like, okay, you know what? Like this is crazy. Like this is who I am because I'm not trying. Like I'm just like
Effortless.
just effortless,
Yeah.
man. I could be like drunk at like 2 a.m. in the morning and like
Still come out with a banger.
I'll spit like the craziest thing. You know what I mean?
I feel you. That I those are my best moments. 5 a.m. when I'm like freestyling is like my golden hour of like get all my shit. I'm drunk, I'm high, music
100%.
coming back from the club.
Yeah.
Like, you know what I'm saying? Like
So
everything is true as I could
So
possibly
fire.
can. Yeah, man.
I feel like I'm not even like done like trying to figure out my
That's good though.
like what I want to sound like low key like.
Yeah. That's freedom, man.
I feel like I don't think
I don't think
anybody,
anybody ever is really
Right.
truly done. Like we always hear something new that's like, oh, well, now I want to kind of try that out.
And it's like
add it to my
if
sound.
if you're really being like 100% you and you're trying different things, like you're still gonna it's still gonna be like your vibe. You know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
whether you try to rap or you try to sing or you try to do fucking R&B or pop or EDM or whatever, you're still gonna have your kind of
Your
twist to it
influence,
because
yeah.
you're being yourself. You're just trying different shit. You know what I
Even
mean?
if,
So
like, yeah, I agree with that completely. I feel like that's how most people find their sound is like you try to emulate certain people, and like you go and you throw and you try to hit that star and you fall just a little flat, and because of that and because you tried to emulate them, you're never gonna sound like someone
Exactly.
else. But because of that, you found something in it that works, and now you can kind of like use that. And if like for me, I used to try to emulate people's sound a lot because I was making music when I was like really young, as a
Yeah.
little kid. So any big rapper to me was like the coolest person. I want to sound just like them. And then when I started freestyling, I found myself flowing like them, right? And then I would listen to another artist, and as the years piled on, it became that point of like, oh, I have little elements of all these artists now in my brain, and
Right.
that has formulated into my sound.
100%.
Whether I know it or don't know it, subconsciously or consciously, it's like that's what happened.
Yeah,
right?
yeah,
So like
yeah.
that is.
It's all the music you've heard. All the music you've heard is like it came from an artist.
Who are some of your?
All like how you oh man.
so
like,
many, man. I know, like I was saying, Travis Scott for
Yeah,
me is
100%.
huge.
Yeah.
I really like The Weeknd.
Yes.
Fucking
I love New and Old Weekend.
yeah, I love Old Weeknd
Old
a
Weekend
lot.
is the best weekend.
Like, fucking yeah, House of
Actually,
Balloons.
a lot of
Echo
people
Like
like
That.
His
Yeah.
new shit's
His new shit's
honestly,
it's not
his
as
new shit's
good. It's good. I like it. I think it's good.
I think it's
I think
different,
that
you know,
different.
just-
like
Sure.
I think personally like yeah I really love The Weeknd. My friend like obsessed with The
Diet.
Weeknd.
I
So
love The Weeknd.
but I
My
put him
dude,
onto it
Malcom
and like
is
it's like his like
God.
The
figure,
Weeknd,
you know?
The
It's
Weeknd is
like-
like, The Weeknd's
Guy, he
crazy.
got like a tattoo. Like that's how
Yeah.
dedicated.
My dude,
What,
well,
you got, like, an
is
actual
crazy.
tattoo?
Yeah, like an
Yeah.
actual
That's
tattoo. He
dope,
has, like, a
though,
whole- yeah, his
That's
whole-
actually really cool. Yeah, I love The Weeknd. I'm a big Weeknd fan.
But yeah, like I feel like for him, like personally, like it's like it feels like Old Weekend. Like it's just like he just put some like more color into it to me.
Feels
Like
like-
because this shit was always dark, right, for a long time.
Yeah, I like dark though.
But I mean, like it's the same shit, but he's just like put color into it, and it's
Yeah,
like
yeah,
it
yeah.
feels it has that like grit to it. It's not the same. Like I understand what you're saying. Like it doesn't have that same like.
I think it's really
shit.
good.
It's
like,
still good.
Like Don FM.
I think an example of what you're talking about would be like Party Next Door.
I like Party Next
Oh,
Door.
man.
So he's like he's
Party
like,
Next Door.
Party Next Door
I
is
like
ended-
Party, I like Justin Bieber.
Justin Bieber.
Party's
is
ended
crazy,
relationships.
man, yeah.
Party has ended relationships on this podcast.
Yeah.
We had a big argument about Party Next Door and Drake.
Someone doesn't like Party?
Not here. We all love Party, but he's not here.
It's not has nothing to do with party.
He's
It
not
has
here.
more to do with where credit should be due.
Yeah, like Party Next Door for a certain point was the radio. Like he wrote for everybody.
Yeah.
He was a sound.
I
And,
know,
like-
I think
and,
that stuff's crazy, but I feel like it's like the brand behind it.
Oh, 100%.
That's why that happened.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah, 100%. No,
It's just a
We agree.
we agree.
We agree.
We agree 100%.
I don't think you guys are into like Kid Cudi or anything. Like,
Old Kid Cudi is my shit. Like first two.
I like
second
Kanye,
thing.
man.
Old Kid Cudi is the
I don't
only.
know about new Kid
Yeah,
Cudi,
no,
but
New
like,
Kid Cudi
sucks.
yeah.
Man on the Moon 2 or like Mr.
Mr.
Rager. All that
Rager,
kind of shit, like,
yeah.
You see, they just had riots in Vancouver.
Yeah, from the Kid Cudi show.
You know, because Lil Baby canceled.
On
Oh,
the what?
shit.
On the, where?
His performance.
He was supposed to perform?
He was supposed to perform, then
Really?
he canceled his
On the
show.
riot?
And then so they rioted.
Why did he cancel?
And then now Kid
he couldn't
Cudi
get
just
it?
canceled his performance there.
What's happening in Vancouver? Rolling Loud or some shit? What?
No.
What's happening? Why is
No,
it
maybe
I think it was just a concert,
Oh.
yeah.
The fuck? Why?
Yeah.
You can't get in the country or some shit?
I don't know.
Lil Baby probably couldn't get in the country. King
Wasn't he
Cudi,
just at fucking Rolling
yeah,
Loud?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That was in Toronto.
Yeah. So.
Who are your influences, man?
Partly it's like honestly like what I just grew up listening to like around me, man. Like and it's weird because like a lot of my R&B music is like based out of like my hip hop, like what I listen to like with hip hop. Like I usually listen to hip hop music.
Yeah.
Like my R&B. Like Justin Bieber's a big one.
Yeah.
I like Justin Bieber like before everybody was like, oh, Justin Bieber's crazy.
Yeah.
But I was way before like the hype, bro. Like for real, man. I was a believer. I've been a
You never said that? I said that. Justin Bieber. That was
I was like, you know what? I could stop hating on.
I used to like Justin Bieber,
I had
but
to grow up.
sometimes I say that shit.
Yeah.
But like on the low, still be listening to Justin Bieber.
Yeah.
sick music and like
Yeah,
Party Next Door. Party Next Door is
big,
like
man.
P&D 1 through
Yes.
like till now like literally everything is just like fire.
What's your favorite P&D album?
You know what I mean?
He's a big Party Next Door.
P&D 1 and P&D 2. And P&D 3, man. Like, all of them, man. I can't. You know what I mean? P&D 1 though, for
P&D
sure.
2
That
for me.
fair.
P&D 1 is reliable for me.
I think like
P&D 2 for me.
3 and Colors are always
Colors
1.
Colors 1.
Always.
Colors 3
Like
and
the SoundCloud one.
Party Mobile. I fucking love Party Mobile.
Party Mobile's not bad too.
People slept on it.
Yeah,
slept on it.
Party Mobile was like I think you had to take a minute with that one.
I feel like you did like there's bangers off it, like the opening fucking song like PGT and News, like those
Yeah.
two fucking have bangers. I remember I was in
Oh,
Toronto at the
crazy.
time.
That shit was fucking
Yeah.
untouchable. Untouchable.
Yeah.
The
production
I feel like all
alone,
his
bro.
music is timeless.
Yeah.
All his music is timeless.
Yeah, bro, 100%.
You know?
100%. That's the thing about it. It's like he's a songwriter, man. Like he knows how to really structure music.
That's important. Man.
Through and through, and like that's why he was able to be the guy that was the Weeknd. He took the Weeknd's position in that company. You know what I'm saying? Like he had the Weeknd writing out songs, and the Weeknd wrote for many artists that you'll never know about. And then Party came and he wrote mad shit. But it was always an exchange, is what I've learned. Like as much as Party wrote for Drake or wrote for this person, wrote for that person, Rihanna, and this and that and the next, whatever. They gave back songs, or like I know at least Drake gave references to that motherfucker and shit like that. So it's always been like that. So when that whole reference track, like Ghost Rider shit came out with like Meek and all that, it was just like funny ass shit to me, because most motherfuckers at that level, like
They're not all writing
they're
their
not
their
all
own.
writing their-
Yeah.
or they are writing their lyrics, but you have a team of people
Yeah.
with you that are sitting there like figuring the shit out. Like songwriting to the essence of what you're trying to say, you should definitely do that by yourself. So you come to someone with your song done. And then like if you're in those big rooms, I don't think this is how I do it. This isn't how I do it personally, but at that level, this is what I think they do. Figure it out, you write your song, bring it to the board of like who you trust as a songwriter. Everybody listens to the song. They think, all right, like are there any wasted bars? Are there anything that maybe you could express a little bit more deep dive into? And they kind of just give you feedback. You go back in, you write a little bit more, fix that, come back, do it again. I feel like that collaboration isn't someone writing a song.
Yeah, that's like a good.
That's like, a
you
team
want
effort.
your music to be good. You want it to be the best it can be. So when
Exactly.
you're at that level, you just
Yeah,
like.
man.
But like and I even think like, I mean, a lot of the time too, it's also like sometimes people just come with an idea, and sometimes you can't put words to a feeling. Sometimes you know what I mean. Like sometimes you're just caught in something where it's just like you come in, somebody's there. Okay, how you feeling about this? What if you said this? And what if you said that? And then you just start to
Think, you just like move
put
there,
words
yeah.
together, write the song. You go into the studio, you do a rough draft of it, and you just work from that. Like there's nothing even wrong really with that. It's just like when somebody hands you a song and you sing it, and then you play
or
it.
like
That's
someone
different.
records a full song for you, and then you go and you lip sync the fucking
Yeah,
shit.
this isn't fucking
like Milli Vanilli or some dumb shit like
K-pop,
that.
K-pop
Like,
shit,
yeah,
you
some
know what I mean?
K-pop shit.
Yeah,
I'm
that's what that is,
To
man.
me, that shit don't make no goddamn sense.
But it is what it is.
man.
I feel like there's like a ton of things that people have like a stigma on,
Yeah.
like something like that, or like
Music especially.
even like
music.
auto tune or
Yeah.
whatever. Like but it's just like normal shit.
Yeah, at this point, it's been
For me,
normalized.
it's just like there's a certain level to where I want my stuff,
Yeah, man.
and like there was like a time where everybody was like, oh, like drop an album. My homie was telling me like drop an album. I was like, man, like it's just not what I want to do right now. You know what I mean? I feel like there's so much more like every song that I make is just like fire, and it's like, oh, more fire.
Yeah.
It just keeps getting more and more fire. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So you gotta be really selective.
That's the biggest thing. It's like once you have a good bank, getting to the best songs is the most important thing. The meat, not the potatoes.
My bank is fat. I'm telling you that.
Trust, I know you've been making music like steady, like you're fucking like Pac, bro, just stacking them, stacking them.
It's like my notes.
Yeah.
It's like my notes. Like
Yeah.
when I'm alone at home, I'm thinking something like, what am I gonna talk to? You know what I mean? Like I can't talk to my mom about anything. Like
that's my voice memo, man.
I can't talk to like my homies about some crazy stuff else. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I was dropping. I was sending them a song. And I was like, yo, check it out. I'll sneak it in. I'll sneak it in the group chat. They'll be like,
what is this?
They'll be like going through something. I'll be like, yo.
Oh yeah, the other
I'll
day.
send it through. I was like,
the other
Drake
day,
leak.
yeah, this guy posted a fucking Drake leak. I'm pretty sure everybody clicked it, and it was just his song.
I love that shit.
They heard it though.
They heard it though. They heard it though.
Whatever it takes.
Fuck those motherfuckers, man.
Whatever it
Y'all heard
takes.
it. Y'all got anything coming out soon, or like anything y'all want to promote real quick?
I'm working on like big songs with Arya Beats and Hikari.
Okay.
So this guy Hikari, crazy producer. Arya Beats, they're nuts. Like so usually they like, the first time I heard about these guys when they worked together on a beat and then they sent it to me.
Yeah.
And then I heard it and I was like, this is crazy.
It's awesome.
You know what I mean? And I started working with them individually.
Yeah.
And then we made like I made 3 songs with Hikari, 3 songs with Arya, and then we made like 3 songs together. It was just crazy.
Just completely
There's
like,
so many
when
tracks.
you feel a vibe like that too, and you can just like all mesh together.
It's dope.
Fast, bro.
It's sick.
I like to hear that, bro.
It's sick. So
So
I have a lot of that music, but like I wanna do something special for when it comes out.
okay.
So I'm like I'm kind of like down on the song,
Yeah.
but like it's gonna drop with, like I want it to be special. You know what I mean?
Okay. So the promo run, everything, get everything right, have it come out looking crispy.
Yeah.
Oh man, I'm excited, bro. I'm excited.
Yes, sir.
What about you, sir? You got
Yeah, I got a
anything
track coming out September 29th. Yeah.
What's the name of that?
It's called One.
One.
Yeah, I'm
Okay.
excited for this one.
I
Yeah,
love that.
I produced it too,
Okay.
and so I'm
Yeah,
singing
gotta
on
let
it.
people know that
I
too,
produced
man.
it.
Gotta
I
let
made
people
the
know that too.
artwork. I'm
Right.
hyped. Yeah,
So that's on everything, right?
it's on all digital streaming platforms.
What do they look up for that?
My name, so it's Vedvnt. It's VEDVNT.
Perfect.
That's how you spell it.
We're gonna have
And
this
then
song.
Vedvnt Music on Instagram.
Yeah, man, we have it spelled out. We have everything spelled out. Make sure everybody knows your links, your contacts, your
Yes, sir.
Instagram, everything to get a hold of y'all.
Plug me in.
Producers, send some beats if y'all want, bro.
Yeah.
Or whatever, whoever's watching, you know.
Plug
what I'm
yourself
saying?
in.
Yeah, man. No, man. It's VSM Black and Vedvnt, man. Y'all here, man.
Thank you.
Thank you guys
Thanks
for coming
having
on.
us. Yeah.
And honestly, we're gonna have you back real soon, especially once your shit drops and your shit drops.
For sure.
Because y'all gotta do another promo run, and we are the place.
Let's do
it. Self-Care Sunday, man. So thank you guys for coming through.
Thanks for having us.
Thank you, brother.
Alright,
Sick.
we good. That's the recording. I'm getting faded. I feel like.
Do you guys wanna hear the track?
Yes, I do.
Can I play it for you?
Yes, please.
That.
No.
No.
We don't want people
No,
playing
no,
music
yeah,
here,
no,
man.
let's do that. That's great.